Well, the CBA drama continues. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Sensitive Media, and today we're going to have our 11th weekly update of the offseason, as we're going to talk about some Phillies news, some all-around baseball news. And I guess before I get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This week was actually pretty active when it came to the negotiations between MLBPA and the MLB about negotiating a new CBA. I think we're all sick and tired of hearing this news and these reports and the drama between both sides. I think we're all just getting very tired of hearing it. It's just very stale. We're getting tired of hearing the word lockout. I think we're just over it, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's a point of frustration, you know, with any baseball fan right now when it comes to Major League Baseball and the Players Union. It's a bad taste, and at least in my mouth it is. I'm sure a lot of fans feel that same way. Just want to kick this weekly update off with a discussion. I want to talk about Brad Miller, who is a free agent right now. Of course, he can't sign anywhere because of the, I'm not going to say the word, but we all know. But I fully expect David Dombrowski to bring him back, right? I mean, the year he had, a bench back in 20 home runs, and, he definitely showed his power, right? Of course, he did strike out, quite a lot, especially looking. That was one big thing. He couldn't really, keep his mouth shut, and he always would get thrown out of the game a lot. But I really like Brad Miller, right? He stepped up big for us in May when you had all these injuries to Remuto and Harp, and he stepped up when we really needed him, right? And he actually got a good amount of playing time. A bench bat, but he played over 150 games, so he got a lot of playing time, and he was in good health. Pretty much the majority of the season. I was very impressed with what we saw to brand new Brad, right? Especially that walk-off home run against the Nationals in July. He's a clubhouse personality. I think he gets along well with the guys in the clubhouse, so I fully expect the Phils to bring him back, right? He's a huge asset to the bench, and nice left-handed bat. I'd be very happy with him. And not to mention, he can play all around the diamond, right? I mean, a pretty good defense. Not great defense, but he can play anywhere around the diamond, right? And I think that's what's so attractive about Brad Miller, is that he can play anywhere. So I fully expect the Phils to at least make a big effort into bringing Brad Miller back. I mean, they'd be stupid not to. They have to bring this guy back. I mean, what he's done for this team, what he did for the team in 2021 was great, right? He really helped us out with the depth and everything, and I thought I was just very, very impressed with what he did this past year. And I also want to talk a little about another discussion here about free agent left fielder Michael Conforto, and definitely a down season with the New York Mets. I mean, battles injuries, all season long, and just doesn't have a good season, not given a qualifying offer, and he shouldn't have been, but after coming off of a 2020 season, which was very, very productive, he follows it up with an injury-riddled, very non-productive 2021 season. So I, expect him to sign a one-year deal somewhere and reevaluate his market. He is a Scott Boras client, so I'm sure he is in good hands with Scott Boras, because Scott Boras always makes sure his client gets the best deal possible. So I'd be very surprised if we did see Michael Conforto sign a deal that was just more than a one-year deal. He's going to reevaluate his market, and he needs to go back for Michael Conforto. He needs to go back to his 2020 form. But a question that I asked and kind of get mixed reviews: should the Phillies take a chance and sign Michael Conforto and hope for a bounce back year? I don't know. I think it's worth looking into. He's a left-handed bat. I think that he would, rake at CBP. You saw what he did with New York. I mean, he hit pretty well at Citizens Bank Park. I think it's interesting. I think it's something you maybe look into. If Kyle Schwarber, I think Kyle Schwarber has to be the number one priority. If we don't get Kyle Schwarber, I definitely do not want Nick Castellanos, especially with the draft pick. He's just way too expensive. Not to mention he's a right-handed hitter. I don't think Conforto should be the first choice. But if the Phillies, signed him on a one-year deal at a reasonable price, I would not mind taking a chance, on this guy bouncing back. I would not. We all know the potential's there, but he's shown sprints like this in his career. He's a very inconsistent hot and cold player. Talking with Mets talking Hayden, and just even following Conforto since he played in the NL East, right? With the New York Mets, usually just doesn't really play that well at the beginning of the season. Then he turns on in the second half to make up for his numbers. So he's very, very inconsistent. Report here we go with the CBA drama. So our first report. this weekly update. Major League Baseball and the Players Union scheduled a meeting for this past Thursday, right? Since, of course, you didn't check out that video I made on Thursday talking about their meeting. It was more of just a rant. I wasn't really talking about the meeting per se, but I was just, kind of just ranting about it and just was voicing my frustration. Please go check that out. The MLB did make a core economics proposal, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Of course, it was not accepted, but at least they're talking, right? I mean, at least they're talking, and again, once we get to that report talking about the proposal, then I'll kind of give my, more my thoughts on it like I did on Thursday. If you have not checked out that video, finish watching this video, then go click on the last video, me wearing the maroon pinstripe jersey, talking about, if the 2022 season is going to be delayed, and I'm going to stick with my answer. No, I do not. I'm still sticking with that answer. I just do not see that happening. And of course, this is our third little discussion we've had. And of course, Jimmy Rollins on the MLB Hall of Fame ballot this year. And does he make it into Cooperstown? I kind of got mixed reactions here. I definitely think Jimmy Rollins had a very good career. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, all-time hit leader in the Phillies, organization. World Series champion in 2008. I mean, a 2007 NL MVP. I mean, he had a great career here in Philly. He definitely did. I mean, I'm not even going to really talk about what he did with the Dodgers and that really brief stint with the White Sox, because that doesn't really even matter. But a career 264 hitter. I think that's important to bring up. A career 264 hitter. I think it's worth noting he's only 64 RBI shy of 1,000 for his career. But this guy didn't hit 284, he hit 264, which I just don't really think is Hall of Fame worthy. I understand you're not really going to look at average too much, but a career 742 OPS. It wasn't a career 842 OPS, a 742 OPS. So it wasn't anything spectacular. He definitely had a very solid career. I mean, by far the best shortstop in Phillies history, without a doubt. Put up great numbers. As I said, that MVP season in 2007, he had an OPS of 875. He was great that year, by far the best year of his career. 30 home runs, a 296 average, 344 OBP. It's amazing. Go look at Bryce Harper, what he did. Far better than that. I mean, he still had a very good year though, and a 531 slugging percentage, which is very, very good. He was a monster that season. I think 2010 is kind of when he hit a wall. Sort of. He was not the same after 2010, and he honestly wasn't great in 2009, where he hit 250. He did manage to hit 21 home runs, but he wasn't fantastic at all in 2009, to say the least. But I'd say more so, 2010 is just, he wasn't the same after that. I mean, he only played, 88 games. He struggled to be productive after that. And of course, the Phillies traded him in December of 2014, right in the Zach Eflin trade to the Los Angeles Dodgers, where he was the Dodgers starting shortstop after they lost Hanley Ramirez to the Boston Red Sox. He hit 224 with the Dodgers, and he basically just was out the rest of the 2015 season. Don Mattingly didn't even really play him because of Corey Seager right now with the Texas Rangers. Of course, that was Corey Seager's rookie year. Even though he did win Rookie of the Year in 2016, he did make a little appearance in 2015. But he was cut from the White Sox after he only hit 221 in 2016, and that ended his career. So of course he officially retired. With the he signed a one-day contract with the Phillies in 2019. I was at that game. That was May 4th, but against the Washington Nationals. I was at that game. But I don't think he had a Hall of Fame career. I mean, he had a very good career, the Phillies Wall of Fame career, but he did not have a Hall of Fame career. And therefore, I do not consider Jimmy Rollins to be a Hall of Famer. Of course, he had that awesome hit in the 2009 NLCS, that game-winning double, that 2 RBI double. I mean, by far, that was one of the best hits in Phillies history right there. I mean, of course, we did lose in 2009, but that was a magical moment. So he had a great career, just not a Hall of Fame career in my eyes. I think a lot of us would agree on that. And also, Tom McCarthy. Congratulations to Phillies announcer Tom McCarthy, as he will get the NFL call on the radio, and the national call on the radio for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday. So let's go Birds right tomorrow. Jalen Hurts will take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So best of luck to our friends across the street, right? Of course, Eagles Hot Stove, right? The former Eagles Hot Stove, if you guys don't know, used to cover the Eagles for their 2019 season, and I ended it right around this time 2 years ago. I think it was January 19th, which is my birthday, actually. My birthday's coming up, January 19th, but that was the day I officially ended it. I just wasn't, I couldn't really get all in on it, because I wanted to invest all my time, to this channel. But maybe you see me down the road and maybe start talking more Philly sports. I definitely would be open to that. But the Eagles, in the wild card, and of course the Dallas Cowboys did win the NFC East. But the Eagles, man, projected to not even make the playoffs. We're not even close. And they beat all the odds and make it in the wild card spot, right? So congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? They traded Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts. And now they are playing in the wild card game against the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, right? So best of luck to the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go Birds, right? Congrats to Tom McCarthy, right? He did call the game last week with the Buccaneers. I forget who it was against, but I just know he got the call right for Jim Nantz, right? He replaced Jim Nantz. He was with former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo. So congratulations to Tom McCarthy. So back to baseball talk here. Just thought I'd show my support for the Birds, right? Let's go Birds. And also spring training starting on time for 2022 is now, quote, Pearl, according to ESPN's Jeff Passan. I think that's a reporter trying to start up, fan spheres, right? I think that's why I look at that. And reporters trying to get, rise out of people, right? That's what they do, right? I can't say I blame, right? It's a money maker. And then they link an article there, and then people click, and then they subscribe because they keep wanting to read all this stuff, right? It's just all about money. It's all about the clicks. But I definitely agree. Spring training's definitely approaching. There's no doubt about that. You could go take a look at the date, right? It is, the date of pitchers catchers reporting just about a month away. So it's getting very, very close. I definitely will agree with Passan on that, but I think he's just trying to scare you. Anybody who went into Thursday thinking there was going to be an agreement made between the Players Union and the MLB, it was just foolish, if you want my opinion. Very foolish. They still have a long way to go. The one thing they're agreeing on is universal DH. That's what I'm hearing. That's really much the only thing they're agreeing on. Players Union is not happy with the current structure with 6 years to be a free agent. And the MLB is very firm on that. Honestly, the Players Union wants either like an age, type, rule where if you're 26 years old, you're a free agent. They want that, or they want it around 4 or 5 years. So I do see their point a little bit. Definitely gives the advantage to the owners. The owners also, especially like Steve Cohen, want to raise the luxury tax. And honestly, I don't know why the players would be opposed to that, because it helps them get more money. Because if teams are willing to spend more money, then they're going to spend it on the players. So in the end, the players win, and I guess the owners win. I guess they are spending more money, but it definitely benefits the big markets like New York and Philly and LA, Chicago. It definitely benefits people like that, and it kind of hurts the small market teams like Oakland and Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, etc. This is a little friendly reminder: Phillies Sensitive Media is not just available on YouTube; it is available on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. If you just want to listen to me on Anchor, you can. But this is the only version. YouTube is the only version you can find the MP4 audio and video. A report came out this morning that the Phillies had reportedly agreed to a $2.2 million deal with the 17-year-old shortstop William Bargolo Jr. Good news for the Phillies is that he's ranked number 4 under the top 50 international prospects. So hopefully now the Phillies are starting to grow from an in here. He is a shortstop. But who knows, man? Who knows what the future holds at third base? Do you move Bryson Scott the third? So, the DH, basically, it's not official, but it's going to come to the NL. You never hear this guy's name again, but the fact he's, ranked number 4 under the top 50 international prospects, that's definitely a good sign. So $2.2 million for this guy. And also heard that the Nationals are going to sign Juan Soto's little brother. Of course, he was expected to sign with the Mets, and then now apparently he's, going to sign with the Nationals. Only 16. Juan Soto's little brother, only 16. So that's very interesting as well. So that is it for this weekly update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully the CBA, this whole thing can be agreed on. I'm still not. They might push back the start, starting spring training. I'm not really worried about that, but I'm not worried about the regular season. I'm not. I'm still standing firm. They just have so much money to lose, and now I'm starting to even think maybe the players have more to lose than the owners do. Because prorated salaries in 2020, they don't want that again 2 years later. They really, really hurt. And also they want to play. So there's motivation on both sides. And also, someone made a good point that said the owners, that they're going to lose, $500 million of revenue, if they get a deal that benefits them, they can make it up over time. And that's a good point. I was talking to somebody the other day, they said that. So I agree, but it's not a guarantee, though. That's the thing. It's projected. It's not a guarantee. So it's still, both sides have a lot of pressure. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please show engagement bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media. Link is section at Phillies Sensitive Media, Instagram, TikTok, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Media. Card text 267-225-3292. Email me, PhilliesSensitiveMedia@gmail.com. So I'll see you all this upcoming week, where I do want to do a behind-the-scenes video as someone suggested, but I just haven't had a lot of time to do that. But that's a video coming probably in February. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you again.